Howdy, everyone. We are live.
Hello, welcome.
I always like to just give it a minute to do some testing, make sure everything is on. Let's see if we're live on YouTube. Okay, looks good. Look, we're moving our mouth. We are good. I think we are live. Yeah. Last time we we went live and we weren't actually live. It was like frozen. So let us know if audio sounds good, video is okay, and then we can kind of just get started.
Wait a couple minutes for things to level out.
Yeah, I don't know about a couple minutes, but yeah. So it's really cold outside right now. That's why we're wearing sweaters. Let us know if it's cold where you are. Probably depending on, I
Depending
guess.
on where you live,
Yeah,
it's very, very cold here.
we haven't been out of the under freezing temperatures in like a week now, so it might actually hit 30, 40 today. So that's a big deal.
we're looking forward to
Yeah.
going down south in a couple weeks.
Yeah, we're going down to Florida. But even it's funny because Florida got a bunch of snow, like the upper part of Florida got
not where we're going.
record snow and they shut down the interstates. It's pretty crazy. All right, I think there's no one in here, so I think we'll just get started. Yeah.
Before we officially get started, make sure you check out our website, download our free Elementor template if you're looking to either get your website up and running or you're looking to get familiarized with Elementor. That could be a good option. And subscribe to the channel. We always forget to tell people to do that. We're really trying to grow the channel this year, so you can subscribe for free, and we would really appreciate it.
And then we have a newsletter too. We're trying to promote our newsletter a little bit more, so sign up for that. And then we're going to send out special discounts to our shop and all of that.
Yeah, and then you get notifications for when we do these live streams as well. So
yeah,
all good things.
Okay, cool.
Today we're going to talk about collaboration and how to collaborate more effectively. This is a topic that I think is really important for people, especially in the creative space, like YouTubers or influencers, whatever you want to call it, because I see a lot of scams out there and a lot of people that are getting taken advantage of. So we wanted to just go over a few things about what collaboration is, what it isn't, and how to protect yourself to make sure that you're not getting taken advantage of. So let's get started.
All right, cool. Yeah, looks like Brian's here. Howdy from the cold state of Florida.
Yep. The cold state of Florida. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, I've been monitoring some of the weather down there. It's pretty crazy. I know, was it Pensacola and all of that in northern Florida? They got record snow, I think. So
yeah, so New Orleans, yeah,
they had like a foot of snow. It just makes me laugh because that snow is going to melt real quick. So in a couple of days, it's going to be a complete afterthought. Whereas
here, you know how it is, sticking around.
Sticks. Like we have a foot of, not a foot. We have like 6 inches of snow on top of our grill. Just never goes away. So
eventually it'll melt, but it's taken a long time and it is freezing.
Yeah. So yeah, this topic is a big one, and collaboration in this topic, and mainly what we're going to be talking about is kind of like around the content creation, that type of stuff. So that's.
But I mean, really, it can be applied to any type of collaboration you do with any business. If you're a business owner, there's certain things you just have to look out for. So even if you're not a content creator, I feel like this applies.
Okay.
All right, so let's get started with what is a collaboration, because I think that some people use that term loosely and they don't really know what it is. Especially from the emails that we get all the time about let's do a collaboration. So a collaboration is, in my opinion, where both parties are doing equal amounts of work. Mm-hmm. So you're collaborating, you're doing something together. One person might have a certain set of skills, you might have other skills, you work together and you create something cool. You do something together. That's a collaboration. Both parties are sharing ideas. If there's money that needs to be exchanged, they're contributing equal amounts of money as well. I think that's a big thing. It's like when you were in school and you did group projects. There's always one person that never wanted to contribute to the group, and then they would just end up with the A, but they didn't do any of the work. Yeah, you don't want that. That's not collaboration. So think of it like that. Remember when you were in school and you had to do group projects? If somebody's not pulling their weight, it's not a true collaboration. And I think that a lot of people like to say, oh, let's collaborate on a project. And then they give you what they want. And it's like, well, I'm doing all the work. What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
And that's a job at that point. That's
Yeah.
not a collaboration.
Cool.
So,
Do you want to
but
go to the next topic, like what it's
yeah,
not? Because that's like a bigger topic, is like
yeah,
what it's
what it's
not.
not, kind of already touched on that, but it's if one person is doing all of the work, that's not a collaboration. So a lot of people will email us and say, oh, like we would love to collaborate to do a video on our product. And then they're like, you can get the product for free. Just, go to the website and
I'm like, wow,
that,
thanks.
and it's like, okay, well, that's great, but I have to do the video. I have to edit the video. I have
Mm-hmm.
to then post it to my channels. That's a lot of work. What am I getting
Yeah.
except a free product that I didn't even know about before you emailed me? So I don't consider that a collaboration. I consider that a job. And a lot of people, I think, fall into this trap because they want to like grow their YouTube channel or grow their social media or just grow their business, and they're like, yeah, I'll do this, I'll do that, and they're getting taken advantage of. You deserve to be paid for that amount of work.
Yeah, I would say especially like younger content creators, like in
Mm-hmm.
this is like a new space for them. They think that it's like a real collaboration, that there's gonna be a
Mm-hmm.
real deal, but at the other end of it, it's very one sided. They want you to
Mm-hmm.
do all of the work, and then you're
Yeah.
basically free labor at that point.
Yeah, and they get free marketing out of it, and it's just not, that's not what a collaboration is.
And
Call
I
it what it is. That's a job where you're not getting
And I would
paid.
also add too is like a lot of times when we get pitched, oh, do this collaboration, they don't want to offer. They might offer us the product for X amount of months or whatever, and then they're like, oh, you can make all your money off of affiliates. No, you're not.
Yeah,
Like
that's not.
affiliate, unless you're a really big YouTuber or influencer, whatever you want to call it these days. In the affiliate marketing and the way you're going to make money off of affiliates is just not going to be there. You have to have volume. I mean, you're going to have like millions of people, and maybe 1% of people will sign up. So
Mm-hmm.
if you're a small channel like us, affiliate marketing in a lot of cases is never going to pay the bills. Like
Mm-hmm.
the best affiliate marketing platform we have out there, I'll be transparent, is the Crockle-Block one. I create a lot of tutorials for them, and even that's not enough to
It's not
pay the
enough,
bills.
yeah, to pay your bills. It's something, but
Yeah,
it's not enough. It's not nearly enough for the amount of work that you put in to just get affiliate
yeah.
commissions.
So
Because that's crazy.
with that collaboration, what I do is I just kind of figure out, okay, how many hours is it going to take me to shoot the video, make it, do all of that, and then I just kind of charge them the hourly rate. So I give them a good discount because they actually I do get some affiliates through them. So I kind of
Mm-hmm.
play that into there. But if it's a brand new partner or collaboration, you have no idea like if the affiliates will ever roll in or if they're
Mm-hmm.
going to roll in pretty good. So I would recommend, if you're new with a new if you're working with a new collaboration or a new person, get some more money up front. Like you could do larger lump sums up front and then start working maybe a discount if you want to go that route. But yeah, don't start a collaboration with just affiliate marketing. That's
Yeah.
not going to be good.
So I mean, I feel like our relationship with Crockle-Block, who has been awesome, they're an awesome company, is a true collaboration because we get ideas from them. They're like, hey, here's 3 ideas that we have for videos. What do you think? And Mark will be like, well, I don't know if I really want to do that, but maybe I'll do this one. Or he'll offer his own ideas. So they collaborate on the ideas, and then they come up with, okay, this is what we're going to do. And he gets paid to make those videos. So he researches, he shoots the video, he does everything that he needs to do, and then he sends it to them so they can post it on their channel and promote their product. But he gets paid for that. That I feel like is a true
Mhm.
collaboration. If they were like, hey, you're going to get the product for free and you can get affiliate commissions, that's not really worth it because he spends a lot of time creating
Oh yeah.
those videos. So just keep that in mind if you are in the YouTube space or you're trying to grow with social media and you're getting approached by different brands, make sure that they're offering you something other than like a free product or free, you know, download, something like that, because that to me is a red flag. And a lot of times these companies will be like, "Oh, you can download our product, you just have to pay for shipping," and then they never actually even send you the product. So it's 100% a scam.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they charge you $10 for shipping. They never ship it. $10 isn't a lot of money, but if they do that to 100 people a day, they're making some good money. So
Yep.
that's the scam. So just be careful with that, because I know people that have gotten burned by stuff like that in the past, and you learn real quick that there's a lot of bad actors out there.
Yeah. So I kind of went to the next topic, like what to watch out for. Was there
Mm.
anything else in the other one you wanted to mention?
Um, yeah,
You,
I think so. Let's continue because there's some examples that aren't related to videos that I want to talk about. So a few years ago, we wanted to do like a conference. We wanted to get a bunch of people together in different industries and talk about, their different expertise. And we ended up doing all the work for
it was in
this.
person
It
too.
was
She mentioned that. Yeah.
an in-person conference. So this was not online. This was like in person. We were going to rent a space. We were going to sell tickets online. We ended up doing all the work. We created the website. We tried to promote it. Nobody else was doing anything, and it was really frustrating because it's like, hey, we all had this idea together and like you guys just don't seem to be interested in it. If you didn't want to do it, then you should have just said, I don't want to do it. And again, it goes back to like working in groups when you were in school. There's always one person that doesn't want to do anything. So I want to just bring that up because this can happen in person as well. It's the same thing. Everybody should be contributing equally. And if they're not, then you're not going to get anything out of it.
I
And
would say
you're
we
going to
we learned a lot of lessons from that. Like doing
yeah.
in person is a whole other animal. It's
I'll
not for
never
us.
work with, it's not that it's not for us. I'm very careful about the people that we work with now because they talked like a big game and they wanted to do all of these cool things, and it was all lies. And like these people, I don't know what they're doing now. I don't care. Like I'll never recommend them for any work in the future because of what happened. So they burned some bridges. But I wanted to bring that up because it's not just online collaborations that you have to worry about. People are scam artists in real life.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was fun. Okay. So yeah, companies offering what does it say? Free products in exchange for promo. Yeah, that's kind of what we were
Yeah,
saying.
we already covered that.
Yeah.
The free products in exchange for promotion.
I would say
Don't
that
do
would be
it.
for people that are more influencers. I'm gonna put that in quotes or whatever. Like the people on Instagram who push these products. Like a huge scam in the promotion creator space is like, oh yeah, we're gonna ship you the product, right? You know a little bit more about this. They
Yeah.
ship you the product, but you got to pay for shipping. Is that like something they do?
Yeah, that's what we had talked about. And a lot of times they don't even send you the product. It's a complete scam just to get shipping costs. So they're like, oh, just pay for shipping. They get $10, $15. And they're doing that for,
on scale.
Yeah, to like hundreds of people a day potentially. That's a lot
And
of
it's
money.
like such a small amount of money for each thing that it's not worth trying to go after them. And so yeah, there's definitely a lot of scams out there for sure. Luckily, in our space, we haven't had to worry about that because we ask for payment up front because we actually. And another really cool tip, I know Jeff from Lightbox does this. He's like, he doesn't work with someone unless he like jumps on a video call with them. So
Yeah.
that's a good
I think
tip.
that's a great
If
tip.
I can't see you on camera, red flag, because we've so far in our like 10, 11 years doing this, we've had a few instances where people wouldn't jump on the camera. It was real shady. And
yeah, and that's not even like for collaborations. That was just for
client work.
Like client work. Like we had a potential client that wanted us to do this like complex membership website, and every time we were like, hey, you know, like let's jump on a video call because that's what we do before we start a project. He's like, oh, my camera doesn't work, or I don't have a camera. I'm like, all right, it was like what, 2023 at the time this happened, a couple of years ago. I'm like, everybody has a camera or a phone.
Yeah.
So that's really weird. What is going on? And I just felt like there was just some shadiness happening, and I decided I don't want to work with this person because I don't feel comfortable with this guy.
And then make sure, like, if something feels off, like your gut's telling you, like if someone's sending you this collaboration deal and their name is like literally John Smith, that's a huge red flag. Like, then get on the phone. Yeah, get on the phone and be like, show me your John Smith, and that you're not in a different country, that there is no John Smiths over there. Yeah, he likes the idea of doing the live. I think that's a great idea. So that's another thing too, is like, look out for the email, like that name. Like if it feels off, it's probably off, because most of them, I don't know. I don't even know what a percentage would be. At least 50% of people reaching out for collaborations is probably a scam. So just go with that, at least 50-50. And then
I know that like 100% of the emails that I get asking for some sort of collaboration are just, it's a complete scam. Yeah. So, I mean, I get them every single day.
Oh yeah. So let me see. We have on our notes. Is this the part? Yeah. So this is a good one too. So a lot of times, if you do get in conversation with someone, we have been in the situation where the whole point of the call is to extract as much information from you as possible. So we've actually had to deal with this on the collaboration route, but also in the client route too. So like a good use case would be, oh, someone says, hey, I want to collaborate with you. I have all of these projects lined up.
Yeah, we're in similar industries, and we can work together, and we can send each other clients, and it'll be great.
But then I get on the phone with them, and it's 100% them trying to just, like I said, get as much information from us. Like, well, what software do you use? How do you do this? How do you do that? So I don't know if you watched the show Silicon Valley, but there was a scene. I don't remember what episode or anything like that, but it was funny because they were trying to like get VC money. And so all of the VCs were like turning them down, but they went to this one person and they were like, hey, can you bring in your developers? And then they had them like write out the whole algorithm like on the board. But the whole purpose of the meeting was to literally steal the algorithm. So just be aware that there are bad actors who will try to extract, like I said, as much information from you.
Yeah. And I mean, if you really want to go deep, there are times where you apply for a job and they'll be like, oh, create this piece. We want to make sure that you know what you're doing. And then you create it, and then they steal it from you because that's what they needed somebody to do. And then they never hire you. It was just a complete scam. That's happened to me before, where I applied for a job years and years ago, and I had to drive. It was when I lived in Florida. I had to drive like an hour up to Gainesville. I applied for this job, and they made me do this like test, is what they called it. And I basically designed them a page, and I don't know what they ended up doing with it, but I'm sure that they took the code because there was a bunch of other people, I'm sure, that did it too. So yeah, 352 Media, fuck you.
Jeez, babe. Wow. I didn't even know that.
I'm spilling the tea. Like, there are so many companies that have done stuff like that to me. I mean, I had a call with a guy a couple years ago who was like, oh, we have, all these clients and we can work together. And I talked to him for an hour, and he just kept asking me question after question after question. And it sounded really good. And then nothing came out of it. And it's annoying because you get your hopes up. You think that there is something that could be there. And there definitely was. But this guy just literally wanted to know everything about our business and what we use to develop sites and how we do things. And I know that he just took that information and ran with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, Being Design, another fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care anymore.
Who was it again?
They were called Being.
Bean. Okay, I never heard of them.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard of 352 Media because I remember, there was a lot of shady companies. I remember in Florida, there was definitely a lot of bad actors, I would say, down there. I mean, they're everywhere, but
They're everywhere.
yeah.
And it's just, especially in the web design space, I feel like this is why people don't trust web designers. Like, we have so many clients that come to us because they got burned by a company, and it's just like there's just a lot of shady people, and it's just shame. Like,
Mhm.
there are tons of good people, but I feel like anybody can be a website designer or developer. You don't really need a degree. You can learn everything online, and you can just say that you're a website designer nowadays, even if you don't know what you're doing. And people scam people all the
Mhm.
time, and it sucks. It's not cool.
Yeah. So what was the last thing we had here? Yeah, and if they don't want to like sign a contract, that's like a huge thing to watch out for too, right? Like you want to make sure you get everything
Yeah,
in writing. That's like something that,
for sure.
yeah,
If you're going to do a collaboration, even if it's like with a friend, just have everything written down. I
hmm
know it might seem a little bit more formal, especially if it's like a friend thing, but just have it written down so people know what to expect. Like, this is what I'm going to do, this is what you're going to do. It just makes the whole thing easier for everyone and protects everyone.
yeah,
So, I guess, that kind of gets into
the tips.
like our tips for if you are going to collaborate, and that I think is one of the biggest ones, is to have a contract for this in particular and set your rates. If
hmm
you're going to be making videos, set a rate for like how much it costs, and it should be kind of across the board, I would think.
Yeah,
There are instances where, if you work with somebody for a while and they're really good to you, you might want to do like a discounted rate, but have a rate set before you even go down this road, because what you're bringing to the table, like, you deserve to get compensated
yeah,
for
and you're
it.
making them money in most
Yeah,
cases.
of
Yeah,
course.
I would definitely recommend. Uh, don't work for free, of course, but yeah, have your kind of like hourly rate and at least figure out, okay, if it's going to take you 6 hours, just times your hourly rate, and bare minimum, just kind of go off of that. If you want to maybe discount an hour or two here and there, you could do stuff like that if you want, but don't do it like free right out of the gate in exchange for like a better license or anything.
Yeah.
Like just do your hourly rate and then
You
ask.
deserve to get
And
paid.
honestly, a lot of times, I've reached out to people. I'm like, ask for like the best membership, like lifetime.
Mhm.
Um, it could be Nold, which I don't know if it's Nold, but no, they have like a collaboration license where you can't like distribute it or anything like that. Just say I want the full license. If
Mhm.
you're doing stuff like that, so ask for the best, and then the worst they're going to say is no, we can't do that. But most of the time, if it's like software or any collaboration, it's
Mhm.
going to cost them $0 to just give you the best version.
Well, and then that kind of establishes a long-term relationship. If you're getting a lifetime membership, you're going to be able to use that to create more than one video for
hmm
them, or more than one like demonstration, whatever it is. Like, I just think that establishing yourself as like the real deal.
hmm
You know, there's so many times where I think people get scared or intimidated by companies, and they just like so desperately want to work with these people, but at the end of the day, you deserve to get compensated. You deserve to ask for what you want.
hmm
Don't think that you aren't worth it.
Oh yes, yes, yes to agreements for sure. And then yeah, if you don't know how to write one, literally just go to ChatGPT. I've done that on a few of them. Just say, "Here's the client. Here's what I'm going to do. Write out something."
Doesn't Paul have from WP Toots, doesn't he talk about
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
So, I mean, that could be another resource to go to if you are looking for
hmm
somebody
yeah.
that
He
to help
does.
you with that. Like, he has some videos and content
Yeah,
around that.
and then one kind of cool thing is if you know you're going to do a bank of them, like if I knew I was going to do like 10 Crockle Block videos or something like that, you could work out a collaboration where it's like a set deal for all of
Yeah.
these. You could do a lot of creative ways
Mhm.
to do collaborations, especially in the content area. So yeah, just kind of think of more creative ways to do
Mhm.
things rather than just maybe one-offs or anything like that. Because we've done a few one-offs, but I like to really have a relationship. I want to definitely. I'm not going to recommend a product or talk about anything if I don't use it. Like I'm not going to be pushing Wix on this channel ever, because I'm
Right.
Elementor WordPress. There's no way. I'm just not going to do it. Like, but if you want to push things unrelated, you got to be prepared for your audience is going to be split. They're going to be confused. It's weird for marketing, branding. That's why I don't want to deal with that type of stuff. It's
Mhm.
like kind of be all over the place.
Yeah, but whatever you decide to do with your channel, with your business, just make sure that you're getting things written down, you're getting contracts signed. So we have agreements in place that we have to, uphold our end of the agreement. It's really important,
Yep.
and I think that that's where a lot of people get into trouble is
Yep.
they don't do that. So,
Okay, he's got to go. Yeah, I think we're pretty much toward the end of this live stream too. This wasn't a super big topic to talk about, but yeah, just
he
we will
said
behave
behave
it.
ourselves, but that's no fun.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Yeah. Yeah, have a good weekend and stay warm down there because I know the 40s is rough.
40s in Florida, that's like
Well,
frozen
it's
tundra.
like the humidity too. It's like that's what everyone complains. Like the further south you go, it's like that humidity is still high and it's cold, so it just that hurts. Like at least up here, it's
Mm.
very dry. Like my skin's very dry right now. I'm like, geez, I forget how bad your
Yeah,
skin can get.
the winter is rough.
Yeah,
So yeah, just getting into more tips. Um Avoid anything that just seems too good to be true.
hmm
There's a reason why it feels too good to be true. It's probably because it's not
yeah.
real.
Yeah, like we've said this before in this channel, like always trust your gut. Your gut is
Yes.
kind of always right, and just trust it. And as long as you have like a decent process, you have agreements in place, and you know what your worth is, like you're not going to be taken advantage of. Because, yeah, there's definitely hell. I'll be honest. I recently had a conversation with somebody to do some videos, and I just didn't like the vibe, just the whole vibe. We had a video call.
Mhm.
They were very like kind of pushy. They wanted me to like talk about their other products. They weren't really interested in like the real collaboration, what I wanted
Mhm.
to offer, because I wanted to offer something completely different. They completely just like ignored that. And they were like, no, we want you to do this instead. But I'm
Mhm.
like, no, that's not going to work. So
Yeah, and I think that kind of brings up a good point is sometimes people do have intentions to actually collaborate. And I think that in this case, they wanted to collaborate, but they just had a different idea of what that was. And that's okay. Like,
yeah,
not everything is going to work out all the time. And you just have to move on. Like, don't try to like adjust
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
your process or what you want to do to accommodate them. If you don't feel good about it and it's not really what you want to do, then just say, like, respectfully, I'm going to decline.
Yeah.
That's okay to do. I don't think that these people were like, oh, yeah, like I'm just trying to get something for free out of you. They just wanted something
Something different.
different,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
that could happen as well.
Yeah. So the expectations weren't the same, on both sides. Like,
Right.
because yeah, they wanted me to kind of push a product that I wasn't really familiar with or I wasn't super comfortable pushing. So
Mhm.
what I wanted to do is not really like stick it to our channel and our branding or everything like that. I wanted to be kind of separated from that, and they didn't want that. They wanted me to like put it on our channel and show our audience and all of that. But I was like, no, I don't. That's not the collaboration I want. I don't.
Yeah,
I
and that's
don't. I
okay.
don't really know you, and I don't know your product very well. And we didn't even really even talk about money. I was like, we didn't even mention money one time, and I was already like, I'm not. I don't feel comfortable doing this.
Yeah, so again, just trust your gut, and I think that goes in with like setting rates. It also like set expectations of like this is what I want to do. This is how I want to collaborate with people. And I think that if you have that up front, then you're going to avoid some of those situations where you get involved in something that you really might not want to get involved in. Like
Mhm.
you know, don't be a sellout, I guess.
Yeah.
Like if it doesn't feel good to you, then just part
Yeah.
ways. There's going to be other opportunities that will work.
Yeah. And then, like I said, you can come up with, like we're actually working with someone right now, and, um, well, yeah, so it's a good collaboration. It's like client work. So I
Mhm.
was like, in exchange, we'll do your website for you, but they are going to put us in front of tons of other opportunities. So it's a good
Right.
collaboration. So it's like, instead of like me advertising through your platform or something like that, we worked out something. So that's like a real collaboration where it's
Mhm.
like, I'll create the website for you, and in exchange, you're going to help promote our business through your platform. Like
Right.
that, that's a real collaboration. And it's like equal, because it's
Mhm.
like the amount of money we would have had to spend to like advertise on the platform or anything like that
Mhm.
is in exchange for our labor, basically.
Right,
So you
exactly.
can get into collaborations where it is kind of like a wash. It's like a barter system almost. Like
Mhm.
that's a kind of like a real collaboration,
Yeah.
and those are hard to come by. Like those are far and few between, I would say.
And then I guess the last tip I would say is just research the company, especially if you've never heard of it. Do some research on it. Make sure that they're a
Hmm.
legitimate company. And I think that it's important to do just kind of like research in general, whether you're doing a collaboration or you're going to be like doing a job for somebody or an interview process, whatever it might be. Do some research, get to know the
Hmm.
company that you are potentially going to work for, because it puts you in a better position if you know a little bit about them. And they're going to look at that as, oh, you actually took time to research us and know what we're all about.
Hmm.
um but there are times where you do research and you realize, oh, this company is a little shady, or
Yep.
maybe they're not really doing things in the up and up. So that can set off some red flags in terms of collaboration, whether or not it's going to be good
Hmm.
for you. So, yeah, always do research. I mean, a Google search can
Oh
help a
yeah.
lot. Go to their website, check out their social media profiles. Just
Maybe even check like the glass doors, the thing where
Yeah,
you could
that's another
view
thing
how
that
other employees review a company. Like that's
Mhm,
not a bad idea. I just know with Glassdoor, they hide everything behind like a paywall, sort of. So you might have to pay for that. But if it's like a real collaboration and they have a whole bunch of glass door reviews, maybe even look there, because that's going to give you an insight of how management works and all of those lines
mhm.
along those lines. But
Or, another option too is if, like, I guess this would be, like, specifically for, like, the YouTube space, ask other YouTubers
mhm,
that have worked with this
we do that.
company,
Yeah.
like, "Hey, how is it working with so and so?" And
Yeah, so
let them
that's a good
know.
idea. Make if you have, yeah, if you can get a network like the guys, the WP
Mhm,
creator networks, like we do that. We have a channel and we talk about partnerships with other,
mhm,
companies. And yeah, we've learned a lot. Like some of these partnerships are a lot more pushier than others. Some
mhm.
are real stingy on the price. Some are completely cool, and
Let you to
yeah,
have creative control, and they don't really ask for a lot
yeah,
of edits. So, like, everybody is a little different, and I think that just asking
yeah.
is pretty powerful.
That's a good one. Yeah, you want more. Oh, that's it. That's the one good thing too, is if you're doing, like, for example, on our channel, you got to make it clear, like, how you're going to distribute the final product. So what it's going to be, how long you're going to host it, and then basically
Yeah.
to protect yourself, say you're not guaranteed anything. Like, don't ever get into a partnership where it's like, oh, I'll do this partnership and I'll guarantee these results. Like, don't ever say stuff like
Yeah,
that.
that is a really good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. You How can you guarantee
I know. It's
results?
sometimes they might ask, they're like, "Oh,
Mhm.
if you do this collaboration, I don't know. I don't even know if they would do this, but you could be like, you're not going to get paid unless if we sell X amount of products through your affiliate or whatever." I don't know.
Or,
That's
you
don't
get a
even get
certain amount
involved.
of views on your
Views is a
video,
big one. Yeah.
or
I think Emron talks about that quite a bit. I remember he's been in
really.
situations where it's like, yeah, they want to guarantee like views, but don't ever do that.
That's
Yeah,
ridiculous. Like, how
it's
can you guarantee that?
yeah.
You don't know what's gonna happen.
Well, it's kind of like, how certain partnerships won't even talk to you. Like, we want to get sponsored by, I don't know, Pepsi. Like, I know Pepsi Max is a big one. For Emron's channel, they're not going to talk to him because he's got 100,000 subscribers. They want millions. So same thing. I don't know why that came to mind. We were just talking about Emron, but
well, he's like obsessed with Pepsi Max.
yeah,
It's so funny.
I was gonna say Blue Chew, but I don't want to promote Blue Chew. I don't know why that was my first one.
Oh, well, I mean, I feel like every podcaster promotes like
Better
Help,
Blue Chew.
What's the other one?
We
Viator.
wanted to get Chomps. Is that what it's called? The jerky stuff. She likes that stuff. I tried to reach out to them, and we didn't get accepted into the partner program. So
well, I don't think we're really the demographic that they're looking for, but whatever.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Yeah, definitely be aware of like who you're working with. Like if you haven't kept up, Honey is a big one where we made a live stream a couple weeks ago talking about that, where it's basically do your research on the partnership, and sometimes it can lead you into kind of a bad situation in some cases. It could lead you into some legal issues, especially if you were pushing like was it FTX, like that type of stuff. So think about that too. Like when you get in bed with these companies,
what are they doing?
What are they really doing? And then be prepared. It's not going to happen 99.9% of the time, but you could be on the hook for a lawsuit possibly. So it's not something that you have to worry about. But
the Honey thing was really interesting to me because if you don't know what Honey is, like this browser extension that looked for coupons online. So you'd be shopping and you could install the Honey extension and be like, oh, we found a coupon for 20% off. And what they were doing is they were going after like all the influencers, all the YouTubers to promote Honey, and they got a lot of really big names to do this. And they were taking their affiliate links, which is how a lot of YouTubers, especially at that scale where you have like millions of subscribers, make some money. So they were taking those affiliate links, they were switching it so they weren't getting their affiliate payouts. And what I found interesting after all of this came out and people started talking about it, they were like the easiest brand to work with. They were like, yeah, like you can do whatever you want, and like we're not gonna force you to make a video a certain way. Like you have creative control. And they were like, it was awesome to work with these people. But then we realized why that was the case. It's because they were stealing money from us. And I think that unfortunately that's like another too good to be true situation that you have to watch out for. If they're like, yeah, you can do anything, it's like, well, why don't you have any rules about what I can do?
I definitely see that. That was one of the predictions. We did our predictions video. That was one of my predictions, was like the more creators are going to get scammed out of these, affiliate links or what am I saying? Like promotions and collaborations.
There's going to be more like scandals. Honey situations. And I agree with that prediction. And it's really unfortunate because these companies, they know that they can take advantage of people because these people, and a lot of times they are kind of desperate to make money and they want to get these deals and they want to grow and make their channels successful. Like that's their dream. So they take advantage of that. And it's so unfortunate that we have to worry about it. But this is why we're making this video, because we want to
make sure you protect your butt.
We want to get the information out there so you know how to approach these collaborations and you don't get scammed. It's important.
All right, cool. I think that's pretty much the end of the live stream. Yay. Yeah, let us know if there's any other topics you want us to talk about in these live streams.
Yeah. We're doing well. We're doing them every Friday. I'm proud of ourselves.
We're gonna be on a vacation soon, so I'm not gonna be doing that.
We're in a couple weeks we'll be taking a little bit of a break, but
all right,
I'm proud of ourselves.
All right, everyone, have a good weekend.
Have a great weekend. Don't get scammed.